All right, welcome back to Unraveled. I'm Alex.
I'm Olivia.
What's up, guys?
Happy Easter.
Oh, yeah.
We're coming in hot on Easter with our two cute little bunnies.
With our two rotten eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't watching on Patreon, as always, come over to Patreon. You can watch for free.
You get access to an extra episode a week, 1.5 extra episodes a week.
Yep. And
so come on over.
Tomorrow when we're doing our Epstein files, you can watch. So we're always sharing. So
you
come on over.
See the documents as we're going through them. No, we're not completely crazy.
I'm just a little bit crazy.
I mean, I'm completely crazy.
Me too, but not for the reasons you guys think.
It is so funny. People are like, they're completely crazy. And you're like, dude, I don't even say the craziest stuff out loud. I'm a comedian and I don't say the craziest stuff out loud.
I haven't even gotten into what I think McDonald's is or what I think the earth is shaped like. What are you talking about? You mean I told you how I feel about just like Crayola and you're losing it? You're like, yo, you heard that conspiracy on Crayola?
You know what's funny is
there probably is one, but I don't know what it is.
Now that the whole world, I'm sure there is. Now that the whole world is like, I don't know, the tinfoil hat thing is so funny because now we all are like, they're probably literally going to invent hats in the next 10 years that block. RFID hats.
They're for sale already.
I'm sure. Like, that's what it was initially
it's like
for.
Beanies I've seen. You know that? If you guys didn't hear us talk about our YouTube ads we were getting that were like, if you like badass shit.
Yeah.
And what was the hoodie? You're better off naked if you're not going to wear this hoodie.
This is a bear hoodies or whatever.
It was a YouTube ad like that I saw that was like, you sick of the government stealing your brainwaves?
Yeah.
You like big trucks and guarded brainwaves?
You like fucking guns and, hey, we got a flashlight. It's so badass, Congress made it illegal. But we got a whole warehouse full of them.
Is that what that's for, a flashlight? That commercial?
Some of them are, yeah.
One's a knife.
Yeah.
One's like, these knives won't be legal in America forever.
The funny thing is, who
does my fucking YouTube think I am?
Do you remember, did you guys ever have a As Seen on TV store?
I think I've seen one in like a mall. I don't know. I don't think it was like when I was little.
We had one in a parking lot, like a freestanding, like next door to a GNC.
Of course you did.
And I remember, I don't know why, but I do recall being parked in front of it several times as a child. So we went. I'm not sure if Mimi went or my dad went. I'm not sure which member of my family was getting scammed.
The woman with the name Mimi is the one who was going to the As Seen on TV store.
We were talking about those depressing pharmacy medical supply stores.
It's like
that's where she's who I went to those with.
Yeah,
there's one in particular on Charleston in Las Vegas, and it is burned into my memory as like, if you're shopping here, something real bad has happened.
The other thing that's interesting is those stores always smell like a nursing home, and you're like, how does it smell like that in here? These are supposed to be new. No one lives here.
That smell just rubs off of old people.
It's crazy.
Have you ever been in an old person's Buick? Same smell.
My dad's.
Yeah, I don't know. My grandpa Papa's always smelled like spit.
I was just gonna say, my dad would. Oh my god, I can smell the smell like a hot, and it got like humid
of an old coffee cup.
It is sitting in the sun for days.
Yeah,
I think I've told this story before, but I drank my dad's.
One
time we were in a movie theater, and so it was like completely dark, and I got a hot dog, and he was like really good about offering me a drink of his drink before he like started using it as a spit.
Yeah.
And I remember he specifically didn't like say, hey, do you want the last drink? Because we were in a movie. And then I finished my hot dog and I leaned over and I took a big drink through the straw. It was like the worst moment of my life.
I almost vomited just hearing about it.
It was the worst moment of my life.
Oh no.
I started like, I don't actually even think I cried. I think I started like,
just like
you know when you give a
the
baby
first
a
time
lemon,
you said
you're like,
fuck.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was rough.
When I was a kid, I don't even remember why, but there was a moment where something happened to me and I just went, shit. And my parents were like, yeah, no, but like,
it's funny.
That would be the first moment that you're like,
I remember, but I don't know. I don't know if it was the first moment, but it's the first moment I remember getting not in trouble for swearing, but it's like I grew up in a super Italian town, and in Greece, in the movie Grease, she's singing, Rizzo's singing, and one of the lines, it ends with her like talking, and she goes, "Hey, fungo," and it means fuck or fuck you in Italian. And so I'm in the middle. I think I told you about Ponderosa. We got any Midwestern, East Coast poor people here? Golden Corral thinks they're the OG. I was in the middle of Ponderosa and I was like belting out Grease, and I was like, "Hey, fungal," and my mom was like, "Oh, no."
Yeah, I guess maybe in your town, but
yeah, it was like everybody was like,
in my town, like in Vegas, you would have heard just a collective like
a cheer.
Opa.
Anyway,
that's so funny.
Yeah, it is funny. What are your Easter traditions? Do you have any like Easter memories you love, or did you guys just like not care?
The regular stuff.
Southwestern demons over here. What's Easter?
Well, here's the thing: is
we fired our guns twice on the Lord's Day.
If you're gonna try to sell Easter the way that Christmas is sold, with all the lore and all the magic and sitting on the lap and asking,
hey, shameless plug, go back and listen to our what do we call our Bah Humbug series on Patreon.
So
tell you how those laps got warmed up.
You cannot in Las Vegas in the springtime leave eggs out for more than where I come from. It's like if you do an egg hunt, it's plastic eggs with stuff in them.
Me too.
But like even the eggs hid around the house were like,
yeah, you can't just like put egg
like
out.
my parents were cool. They'd like, they'd slide one of them in the couch cushion or whatever, and like.
So for me,
in the morning I would wake up and go find them all.
Well, we always had dogs. My mom always was and big dogs. And so I remember being really sad as a kid because you would see like kids go on Easter egg hunts in their house. And my parents would never do that because my mom would be like, the dog's going to eat the chocolate the Easter bunny knows. He can't do that. So I just had like one basket that was, and everything was above my head.
Yeah.
So it was just hidden like on the fridge.
Well, the dogs are probably still bigger than you. So everything had to be.
My favorite thing, I have a fun memory. My dad would like never go to church with us. He like literally, we would like get home from church and he would be getting out of bed. But on he was a Christmas and Easter churcher. And on Easter before, like the day before, he would always go to, I like truly couldn't even tell you where you buy this. Maybe like Giant Eagle's like floral department. He would come home with 2 corsages, the kind with the
for a prom.
Yeah, the kind with the water in it, and they'd be in the fridge. And then for church in the morning, he would like pin them on me and my mom, or like sometimes he would get us a wrist one.
Yeah, no,
and it was my favorite Easter memory. Him doing that.
We just really prayed to the devil and ate chocolate.
Well, yeah, pagan shit. You out here doing pagan shit.
We were celebrating the fertility ritual part of Easter.
Speaking of pagan shit, Alex and I have a fun story. And I will say this story is disappointing for me, but it's still a fun one.
This is one of those things that is my story.
I'll set you up for. We go down the street to this bar, like every night that they're open. They're only open like 3 nights a week, so every night they're open. It's like right next door. We always just like grab a drink or fries or something, and they were full, and so we were like pouty about it. But we were like, let's go to the Mexican place. So we live like a couple of blocks from this like kind of Hollywood famous, Mexican restaurant. And they have this really sick back patio.
What's it called?
It's called El Compadre.
Is it?
Is it?
Is it Los Compadre?
Hey.
I get it wrong every time. I get it wrong every time.
He Compadre.
It's one and Los is a whole bunch of them.
So I don't know. It sounds like it should be Los, but
Los Compadres is like an ice wet dream. El Compadre is like, I'm not getting out of the truck for El Compadre.
Yeah.
What do you mean, No.
50, I got El Compadre here, El Compadre there.
It is El Compadre.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to need a lot more compadres to get out of the truck.
Yep. So anyway, it's called El Compadre, and they have a really cool back patio. And so we went in through the front. You have to like order through the bar and then sit at the like you can sit on the patio. So I waited at the bar for our drinks, and Alex went to the patio, and it took for fucking ever. Like for some reason, I was in there for like
I will say
amount of time.
This is how long you were in there. The coolest thing that's ever happened to me happened, and you didn't even get to see it.
All of it. So Do you want me to tell it?
No, I want to tell it.
Do you
Get
want
out
me
of
to
my
tell
story, lady.
So I'm inside ordering our drinks and missing all the fun. And Alex is out in the cool patio having the cool experience.
So I will say that this bar is a Hollywood institution, but at happy hour time, it's a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
It closes early. It's not. It's more of a day drinking hang than a late
or
night.
like it back in the day when people used to get off at 5. I think it was like a 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Like
The funny thing is, Angelinos notoriously don't have real jobs. It's like a big production
when people
hang.
get off at 2.
Yeah. Like if your shoot wraps before before happy
your
hour's
wife
over.
knows you're off.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, that guy we met in there last time is pretty much
everywhere we go, it always feels like there's a guy hiding from his wife.
I mean, I think that's what bars were designed to do.
Yeah.
That's why when you have a town with only one bar, that's why every town needs at least 2 bars. So a bartender can call the other bar and go, "Hey, tell Frank Linda's on the way."
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost every town, like where my dad lived before he lives now, was 1 grocery store, 1 McDonald's, and 2 bars. So
most bars in my hometown were like VFW types.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a restaurant with a bar or a VFW type.
Yeah.
Or like a weird pizza place with like an alcoholic in the corner.
Yeah. Post-COVID, it's been pretty much just dead.
Yeah.
No one's there.
So, and weirdly enough, Alex and I have been frequenting bars more than we typically do. Like, I think the weather's just been good and the world's been depressing and we've been trying to force ourselves to like be in the world.
I'll call a spade a spade. It's because bars finally have happy hours in Hollywood.
And
I don't care enough about drinking to spend them. I don't even.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a cider.
But so
I don't
my
even drink
point
a
is
real
they've been
drink.
like busy. Bars have been like busy the last 2 weeks in LA. So I'm getting our margaritas. It's the bar. The back patio where Alex is sitting is packed.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
And I walk out, and it's a very flamboyant day there. It's a very flamboyant place, actually.
Which we just kind of noticed. I'm not sure if that just happened or we've just
It just happened.
Hey, shameless plug for Catfish and if Catfish and Chips just opened our eyes to if we got our goggles on tighter now.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Okay.
Honestly, no one was ever on the patio. That's why the patio we
used to just vape.
We go out there because we could vape, and no one even noticed. There's like one busboy
twink clubs eating, and we're like, now we can't vape over his refried beans.
Yeah, no, it's normally one busboy outside. So I walk outside, it's packed, and there's a table of 5 queens, real queens. And I look over, and at first I'm like, shit, is that? And I will preface with this. I've been in Hollywood. This marks almost about 10 years. I think I'm 6 months from 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I could give a shit. I worked at the Improv. All the people that I think are cool, I actually got to talk to at work.
And you probably learned they're actually awful.
And you never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
And so like I don't really, and the way Hollywood is these days, no one's out and about. Like maybe call it camera phones, call it maybe they never were out and about. Maybe
it's always been paparazzi planted.
Maybe it's always just been to sell drinks.
Yeah.
If you go to this bar, you might see Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton gets paid $250,000 to go there.
Paris Hilton has her own bar.
So I don't
in her own house.
Yeah, I don't know if it's always been this way or not.
I feel like having a drink tonight. Fill up the bar.
Yeah. So
that actually sounds nice.
So one of the only, you got to be a comedy, you got to be somebody from my childhood or a country musician for me to care. And I end up starstruck. I look over and I'm like, oh, fuck. Is that Justin Long? That's Justin Long from Waiting, from Zach and the
from
best
Accepted.
scene in Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Yep.
Like he was in, the funny thing is in our generation, every coming of age movie,
yeah,
he was in
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form. Every single one. Those like American Pie style movies.
Yes.
He was in almost every
Yeah.
one of them, except for American Pie. He was in almost every one of them.
He should have been. I mean,
And
I'm sure he agrees.
He was one of those. Honestly, he had the career that I would want as an actor.
Yeah.
You get one wild character for one scene and you're out the door. I love that. Anyway.
yeah. Go ahead.
So I see him and I'm like, oh shit, it's Justin Long. And I see these also with the most flamboyant table of people I've ever seen in my life. And he gets up and he starts walking toward me. And I'm kind of sitting by myself waiting for Olivia. And he starts walking toward me. And he's got his phone out, but not the way that you would press buttons. He's holding it in his hands like he's going to hand it to me. And so he's not asking for my phone number.
Well,
so
based on how things usually go for you, that's a next second.
Yeah, no one at the table even thought I was hot, apparently. Fuck these guys.
Fuck these guys.
Assholes. And also, I'll get to the other famous person at the table in a minute because I didn't even recognize him. I was so starstruck by someone who hasn't done a movie in 5 years, maybe longer. So he's extending his phone out. And before he even, he goes, "Can you take our picture, bud?" And before he, actually, no, I think he straightened up a little to ask. I do recall. But as soon as we were taking, as soon as we were taking pictures, he was like, "Footsies, let's touch feet." Yeah. Legs out, girls. So, but he come and I know
pantyhose up.
I probably looked like such a dork because before he even asked, I was just like getting up, like reaching for his phone, like, yeah.
You knew what he wanted.
And I do think that he was meeting with a producer and the other actor.
It was like they're writing something.
Yeah. What's that other actor? Do you know his name?
We looked it up. Something Michael.
Yeah, let's see.
It's an Italian-y name.
Yeah, let's see. What do you know him from?
I know him from the Mindy Project.
Who is he in the Mindy Project?
Oh, I don't know. Not the Australian.
I know him he's Reese in the Newsroom. I like to create these moments where listeners can go, "You idiot, it's this person," because I know that when I'm listening to podcasts, I love that.
I feel like I want to guess his name, and I don't think this is correct, but I think it's either like Matthew or Michael Minotta.
It's Chris Messina.
Okay, yeah. Well, they all sound like WWE wrestlers.
Chris Messina's there with him, apparently. I don't know that he might have been, I'm pretty sure it was a table of gal. I think it was a gal's lunch.
You think it was a morning after? It was we all woke up in bed together. Let's refuel.
But they hugged when you had actually walked out after I had taken their picture. And she walks out and she looked so.
Well, so I walk out. First of all, Alex, I look over at Alex because I'm not sure if he's seen them because the way the patio's set up is there's like a bunch of nooks and crannies.
I've seen them. I've already taken a whole photo shoot of these ladies.
I look over at
I want to point out. So it was Messina, Long, a guy who I think was a producer. He seemed like the money. He seemed like the reason they were having the meeting. And then it was a couple. And they were like two older guys, probably in their 50s, but like Elton John out, like heart-shaped glasses.
The sunglasses, yeah.
You know, like old men in like sparkly.
In their Hollywood era.
Yeah. So everyone kind of seemed normal, but these two were these were the Lauren Sanchez's of this bunch, just like the trophy wives out here, like, I might just being loud and obnoxious.
Well, they're probably the rich ones.
They're probably, honestly, yeah. So they're probably funding the project.
What's his name? So I walk out, and so I see Justin Long and one of the other, no one famous, not
one
Chris.
Of the Queenie ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I go, that's gay Justin Long. Like,
how was he standing when you?
He was like in a full like sachet. Like he was like arm out, had his hip popped, and was like he was like restlessly waiting.
Yeah.
Like he was like waiting.
Like when you walked out, was that Justin Long first, or was that like your pattern recognition brain?
Well, like I was like, that's Justin. Like I was like, that's Justin
Long. Like was
he
facing you, or was he?
No, it was his. Oh,
it was his side.
I just hit turn up
profile.
In the face, being so gay. Yeah, it was his like butt. It was like his.
That's what I thought. But you could see his face.
No, I could see like really the reason I knew it was his hair.
He's got that flat hair,
the way it like flops. So like,
and it's also not really a common haircut in the gay world.
Yes, I knew. I was like, this doesn't make sense. That's Justin Long, but he's so gay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I guess Justin Long is gay.
Yeah.
And the other guy, Chris
Messina,
he looks nothing like any of his characters anymore.
Messina.
Just for the record. So if you're wondering, he's got this like, He's got the kind of hair now that you would expect like a safari hat to be on top of.
He looks like it's not the color, but it's the consistency of like a Greek shipping air.
Yes. It's like like Fabian.
Yeah.
Like it's like it like curls around his face and it's like shoulder length and it like looks like it just blows back naturally. I don't, but it's like gray, pretty gray, not like white gray, but like ashy gray, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
He looked hot.
He looked hot, and he was getting into like this sick color green G-Wagon.
When we sit on the patio, it's near the parking lot, and I was like sitting here like, God, if she doesn't hurry up, she's gonna miss this whole thing, and she's never gonna believe.
I'm gonna be like, oh, babe, there was just a gay guy hitting on you.
Yeah,
said he was
think
Justin
everyone's
Long.
Justin Long.
Yeah.
I almost was like, if I can take a selfie with you, I'll take your picture, just because my girlfriend won't believe this. But the other thing is, I was telling Olivia, I was like, we could go get a picture with him, because he's one of the few people in Hollywood
it's actually cool.
I want to remember this.
Yeah.
I legitimately could give a fuck if Brad Pitt was in the room. Tom Cruise won't even go out in public because people go so crazy. I could care.
I don't think
Paul McCartney came to the Improv. I love music more than anything. I didn't even recognize him at first.
So for me, seeing famous people isn't really about the person. It's about the hunt. Like it's about it's like, where's Waldo in Hollywood?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, why are we all here if it's not to like say that we live as cool of a life as Gwyneth Paltrow? And if I never see Gwyneth Paltrow out, then how can I say that? I don't know what the fuck she's doing. I've been at this Planet Fitness every day this week, and I haven't seen Gwyneth Paltrow
not one
once.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
So I don't know.
I've seen a lot of Apple Paltrows.
Yeah. So for me, I like one, it's fun to like say that I don't know, I gave up my whole life to like be in the same place as people,
at least
who
run into them.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it's like, where's Waldo? It's fun, and it's fun when it just comes out of nowhere. Like my celebrity spottings have been like wild and weird, and most of them would be not really considered a celebrity at all. Like most of my celebrity sightings
when
are
you
like
saw them,
reality.
they were the most famous people.
Sure, but they weren't even household. Like most people listening to this probably wouldn't even know names.
I guess what I'll say is every woman your age would have been like, holy shit.
Yeah.
My mom has no idea. Like it's not a household name, but the funny thing is it's on Peacock. It is absolutely, if you watch.
If you're wondering, I don't know if I've told this story. I saw, was it last season?
Was whenever it ended. So they've done another show since
They have done?
Well, remember they did that spinoff.
No, has there been another Love Island
since?
since?
I don't know.
And it was either last season or 2 seasons ago. I don't know when this happened.
The season that got the spinoff. The season people care about.
Yeah, I think it was.
No one gives a shit about anyone else that's ever been on Love Island. It was
Aaron and Kaylor.
Yeah.
If you watched that season of Love Island,
the couple too.
And it was like Love Island was still on.
Yeah,
and they had just gotten voted off, and like they were in LA, and they were in Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
in Hollywood, in West Hollywood, and.
I think they fly them back to LAX
they do,
first.
from Fiji, yes. And they were hanging out. And I think they had like PR they were doing, like doing podcasts and stuff. So they were hanging out here for a few days. And I just happened to be at that Trader Joe's. And it was like 2 days after they had gotten voted off. And I was like, oh my God. And I talked to them and I was like, I love you guys. I think you're so cute. And they were like, oh, and they were so sweet. And then literally like 2 weeks before he almost died, I saw Neve Schulman from Catfish in that same fucking plaza.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then now he might be dead.
No, I think he's very much alive and taking over the New York real estate empire.
Back to Justin Long real quick. I will say that when they were leaving, when it was just him and Chris saying goodbye to each other in the parking lot, they were like gave each other like more of a bro
like
hug.
A manly hug.
And we're like, all right, dude, I'll see you soon. Like they were working on something. So I almost am curious if Justin Long just like totally
Maybe.
just limps that wrist for
but that hip hop was, I mean, I'll say this, if it's not organic, it's well practiced. The interesting thing about
it would also be highly degrading unless I guess it was expected. Like unless somebody was like, I really like when he pops his hip.
Unless he got his first movie funded for being gay.
Unless his manager was like, hey, if you really want to put this project over, you really want to get the budget, fucking, Andy Dick it a little, all right?
Andy Dick it. The thing that we were talking about, they did hang out in the parking lot for probably like 10 minutes after. And so I was like, should we go ask him for a picture? Like, I really want to, like, because again, it's actually cool for us. Like, one of Alex's favorite shows is Newsroom.
Oh, his Newsroom. It's literally like, I think it's the best story ever told as far as television
goes. It would be the equivalent of me seeing any Schitt's Creek cast member.
Yeah.
Like, truly, any one of, if I saw Bob, I'd be like, marry me. Like,
yeah.
So there was that. And we both like really do think Justin Long is fun, but we didn't ultimately decide to go get a picture because we were like, isn't that also part of being Hollywood? Is that like you're too cool to be bothered by it?
Yeah. Honestly, the funny thing is the only way you really make it in this business, like if I would have taken a selfie with him, which I could have, because
you should have Sunday work day with Justin.
I earned the selfie by taking a picture. Like they wouldn't have been upset if I went, dude, can I just get a selfie real quick? Like I never asked this shit, but like Zach and Mary is like
yeah,
you and Zach and Mary is what made me do comedy. I could have said something like that. And you'd have been like, dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would have posted it and tagged him and been like, good running into Justin Long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just this open-ended like, ooh, running into.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, a couple of years.
And all of my peers would have been like, this fucking lying sack of shit.
Well, like a couple of years ago, we happened to be in Nashville. I think we've talked about this a little bit, but we happened to be in Nashville for a concert that Alex wanted to see, and he just had been wanting to go to Nashville anyway. And it was like we had like just started dating. I think it was maybe our first trip together.
I think you got me tickets to that for something, yeah.
And we just so happened to be there at the first, and are they still doing this?
I think so.
What was that called? The Nashville Comedy Fest?
I don't know. The Nashville, one of the comedy festivals.
It was the very
Nashville.
first year that there was like going to be this comedy festival type thing at
was it the first one?
Yes. What's that theater called?
The Ryman.
The Ryman, yes. And
well, it was all over town too.
But we were hanging out.
We were walking down in the mall down there, right next to the Ryman.
Called? I can't think of anything there right now. It's been a long time. And
it's just Nashville Comedy Festival. We saw Bert
Kreischer, and he was like with his squad of people, and I think they said hi.
It was weird that I know his opener. I know from working at the Improv, and then Bert's one of the few guys that actually knows the staff. I will tell a cool Bert story after this.
Okay.
But Bert I will say Bert recognized me. And at first I was like, he doesn't know who the fuck I am. But remembering what I know about him from Denver, which I'll tell you after, he absolutely remembered me. And he kind of was like, oh, hey. And then he got swept up by fans, and I started talking to his opener.
It's pretty actually wild that he was even out and about there.
Well,
when
he's one of the only celebrities I think that will do that.
And his massive bus was parked right there, so like everyone knew he was there too.
And I totally forgot this other story because I've actually told myself a million times, like, Bert didn't recognize you, idiot. No one cares about you, but it's only because I worked at the Improv. Anyway,
well, you don't know. But, so hold on, we'll go back to Bert. So, but the whole reason. Had we run into her the night before? And that's why we were down there for that? We ran into...
Did we go over to... Were we at the guitar store across from Zany? Because we didn't actually go to Zany's. Why were we standing outside of Zany's? We weren't going to a show.
I can't remember.
I think Groon's Guitars is across the street, maybe. Or maybe we had an open mic or something.
No, it was Lucy's birthday party, wasn't it?
It was. I don't know why we were there. I have no idea why we were. No, that was after this is probably the worst thing to listen to. Somehow, some way, shape, or form, we ended up running into people
from Levity.
And Levity owns the Improv. And at the time, because it was during COVID, the booker of the Hollywood Improv was off, and Erin was booking the entire club for the entire company. And so she was working heavily with Hollywood, and I was the sound guy of Hollywood. So I knew her at the time. So I think we saw her somewhere.
And because and her, like, assistant.
Because of that, her assistant just started chatting with us, probably thinking we were more important than we are.
And her assistant happened to be Taylor Tomlinson's, like, lead girl, like her, like, I need something girl, I think.
Yeah, no.
Not like in terms of booking. I think in terms of like
agent.
Coffee.
She's not her agent, but she is the person, her agent has assigned this chick represents such big comedians. She has a person for every client.
Yes. And we happen to like become friends with her and swap numbers with her. And she was like, I can get you guys backstage passes to come hang out at the Ryman and see Taylor and, you know, see the green room and blah, blah, blah. And we were like, well, it'd be kind of dumb of us not to go. Like, what are we going to be like? No, we actually.
We were in town literally just as vacation. It's probably honestly the last time we traveled with no
dog, no comedy.
We had zero comedy in mind on that trip and ended up.
I think it's always how it happens.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we ended up going and hanging out and, you know, like we saw the show and just like hanging out and we met a lot of local comics.
Yeah. There was a very funny story. We walked into the back.
Yeah.
Of the ride. So we were hanging out with local comics and we were kind of being paraded around with other not paraded, like we weren't being shown. But these other comedians in the Nashville scene were like meeting with people. And because we were at their level in comedy, they were like, you guys all stand in that corner together. And we know the people.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was, you know, just saying what's up. And we get marched into, they try to get us out of the way. And they march us into a green room at the backstage at the Ryman. And I'm already like, this. As a comedian, I know that Taylor Tomlinson doesn't want anyone in her green room before a theater show at a festival when her management's there.
Yeah, it's like a big deal. Yeah.
And we walk into the room and her manager is in the room having a meeting with what appears to be a bunch of like female executives. Most of them I think were women.
Yeah, I think so. I can't really remember.
And her name is Judy Marmel. She's a hit maker. She, the first time I ever met her was actually the Bert story, which I'll get back to, which we will end with. This is how I even know who she is she was Bert's manager, Sebastian's manager, Fortune's manager. Anyone you know on a single name basis in comedy, she is their manager.
Yeah.
And we walk into this office and she's in there having a meeting. And the poor girl in front of us, she was a comic in a wheelchair, in a power chair.
There was no getting out.
So she
quick.
and I just kind of touch Olivia's arm, and I just kind of like, let's go in the hall. And we step out in the hall, and I mean, 3 seconds after we step into the hall, Judy comes out like, can we find somewhere for these nobodies, please? Somebody get these nobodies out of our way. God, you're adorable in your little chair, honey, and I'll make you so rich, and you'll make me rich too. But get the fuck out of my meeting. Like she had the and I literally was like, but what they ended up getting us 4 seats up in the balcony.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, honestly, it was really cool to see it. Like,
I've never watched a show that way.
Backstage passes to like everything all weekend, which was cool. So it's like. Yeah, everyone cared about Taylor at the big auditorium, but like all these little one-off shows that most people don't care about as comics, it was cool. My point in saying that though would be like that would be like us posting a photo in Taylor Tomlinson's green room and being like, you know, like it's like.
But the funny thing is, everyone I know who's actually having success would do that, and
not feel bad about it, not feel gross,
and all of their followers would be like, dude, they got something in the pipeline.
And then the next time they're selling tickets, they'd be like, well, he fucks with Justin Long, so I'm going.
Dude, he's Justin Long's opener, dude. He opened for Justin Long. Justin doesn't even do stand-up. People are like, dude, we should go see him. He opens for Justin Long.
Yeah. I bet that means that he knows Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Like, you're like, it's wild how. Anyway, so go on with your Bert Kreischer
Well,
story.
real quick. So the after party to this week was the booker of Zany's birthday party.
Yeah, that's who Lucy is.
At Zany's. And so we end up there, and I think we kind of did the same thing.
Yeah, like we were like, we don't really belong here, but
yeah, that's the thing is, that's how you stay in those situations is knowing how long you're allowed to stay in there. Olivia by herself could have stayed there till 3 a.m. Olivia with me, you got to leave.
Yeah, but if I would have stayed till 3 a.m, I wouldn't have got to go home alone.
Yeah. So, but it was the closing, or Shane Gillis closed it at Zany, so. He was there and everyone was just hanging out. And it was, So
weird random week. Like we just happened to be going.
So the first time I met Judy Martmel, and honestly, it was probably the weekend that cemented me moving to Hollywood. Or I think I'd already applied for the job at the Improv, but I was back in Denver working at the Comedy Works.
Okay.
And Bert did, and this was, I remember thinking, just this is what made me realize like comedy's on so many planes. Because some people you get and they can do one show on a weeknight and sell it out.
Yeah.
And some people you get and they could sell out a weekend of shows because of a TV appearance. And some people you get, but weeknights are harder to sell out, I guess is the point. But like people of dedicated fans kind of stick to them because the weekends are busy.
Clubs should start, you know how the Improv has the lab in the main room? They should start having a weeknight and weekend room. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't even open the other one on the...
Yeah.
Anyway.
And
hey, I just have one good idea about everything over here.
They should, yeah. And so we end up canceling our Sunday, Monday, Tuesday shows because Bert is doing a last minute Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at the Comedy Works.
Okay.
And we only ever do one show on any of these nights, and there's never more than 30 people at any of them. That's weekdays at a comedy club.
Yeah.
He sold out 6 shows. He made, I think the number I had heard was something like 50 for those 6 shows. And the cool thing about Bert is most people's fans, I'll say it, I'll call a spade, Angela Johnson fans spend $200 at the merch table, but they will argue with the staff about a 2-item minimum.
Yeah.
I'm not calling them cheap. I'm just saying they won't give the money to the club. They will give it directly to Angela Johnson.
Well, in all fairness, that's supporting an artist.
I like it.
Yeah.
Bert's fans are going to smash the 2-item minimum before the lights even did.
Yeah.
They've all bought one vodka for Bert in hopes that he walks by and they can hand it to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his fans have literally, before the lights are dimmed, have made the club more money
That's wild.
than most people's fans. And so I just remember it was this big weekend of like, oh, there's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
And Judy, his manager, showed up from LA for a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at the Comedy Works. And he must have been working on something or there was a reason she was there. But I remember that was the first time I'd met her. And I was like, oh, and his opener was Frank Castillo. And I was talking to Frank, and Frank was a door guy at the Comedy Store. So he's like, and I was like, dude, I just applied at the Improv. He's like, dude, you're gonna love it. Like, it's fucking great. And so it's this like kind of this whole moment for me of like, oh shit, this is what I'm stepping into, you know? Yeah. And Bert Kreischer at the end of every show, and I think this would have been October. At the end of every show, he does this thing. And he runs his show is if he's got a show, he's doing 2 shows. His first show ends 45 minutes late. Like it's a nightmare for the club. But he does this thing that takes about 15 minutes of the show where before he closes the show and does his final story, he goes, guys, I do this at every show. And he brings a beer bucket up and he goes, I auction off this bucket to one staff member at the club. So if anyone would be willing to throw cash in this bucket, I'm going to give it to one of the waitresses. And I remember the first show, the first person stands up, he goes, I got you, Bert. And he threw 100 in the bucket. And within 10 minutes, I'm not joking, there was $2,000 in that bucket.
That's wild.
And he pulls a name of a staff member from a different bucket. And it's Pamela. She's a single mom with 3 kids, and it's 8 weeks till Christmas.
That's wild.
And she's like crying on stage, and I'm like crying, telling this, like everyone's crying. And it's like, what the fuck just happened?
That's wild.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing. And then we get done with it, and all the door guys are like, cool, so like, can we throw our names in that raffle too? And they were like, no, this is for the servers.
Here's the issue I have with it.
But
I think it's sweet.
A million comedians have never done that.
You're right.
You know, and I just remember thinking, how fucking cool is this guy?
Sure, but is it actually cool? Because essentially what you just did was you kind of took advantage of the fans who pay you to live a life nobody else can. You give the waitress $2,000.
But think about this. At the time, he was doing clubs, not theaters yet.
You just told me he made 50 grand.
Yeah, it's because he sold out a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And also remember.
I'm sure he's great.
Anyway, what I'm saying is he did 6 shows. What's he going to give a waitress $2,000 at every show? Now he's not making.
Now he's just only a little bit rich. Oh no!
But what I'm saying is
now he's not going to be able to fill up his big old tour bus with gas.
This was before he was doing movies and shit.
I'm sick
of
it. I'm sick of fucking
and I will say,
asking me for a donation so they get a tax write-off. Go and fuck right off.
I will say you're right, and that now that he plays baseball stadiums,
he doesn't do it at all
He doesn't do it at all anymore, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. The second it's your own money, you're like, whoa, fuck all that.
I mean, maybe
what, am I going to stop this auditorium to take all these people's money?
Yeah. I mean, what he could do is he could just do a big tip bucket for the whole staff of a theater.
What I was going to say is, did he take the name out of the person who won the first one?
Yeah, yeah.
Because what if Pamela's out here just fucking
raking it in?
Dude, Pamela's kids had a great Christmas.
Yeah, no. Pamela got like the best show too. Like everyone else was like, but it was the first one, and it was just, even as a staff member, I'd seen a million comedy shows, and I was like, oh, what's it? Another thing that's crazy, because I was working sound, is he walks in and he comes on stage to Ram Jam. And the room is and this is a basement comedy club with a rock. It's literally rock. It feels like you're in a cavern of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the laughter is so good there. That's why everyone loves that club.
Yeah.
Because you could stand on a chair and touch the ceiling in there, and it's made of rock.
Yeah. I'd
probably
love the way it feels. It'd probably feel so cozy for me.
Yeah. It's so good in there. So the room is going nuts and Ram Jam. Oh, Black Betty, Ram. And the room is like the loudest I've ever heard it. And he sets his beer down and he rips his shirt off, and it goes to 300. And I was like,
everything
I know, but it's just such, as a young comedian, you're like, I've been doing open mics at bars in Denver, and I'm like dreading moving to Hollywood, and I'm like, oh, look at this, is showmanship.
Sure, cool.
It was cool. Honestly, and what I will say to you is, it's the lie that made me come and waste 10 years of my life in Hollywood.
It sounds like a bunch of grown men in a basement who lose their minds when a fat ass takes his shirt off. I'm so...
we just can't...
like a strip club for a 300-pound man. Here's a bucket, here's my titties.
Baby, what has comedy become for you? Here's a bucket, here's my titties.
I'm just saying, and I'm the one who can't make it.
I think that's
what Kreischer's titties have made it.
That's what all comedy. Some would say that is why he made it, is because he went tits out. Yeah,
maybe.
And it is weird when his fans take pictures with him; they take their shirts off.
Women do.
I'm sure some.
I'm sure not the ones you want.
Honestly, that was when he was good. That was when he had his last few good stories.
This is me, Bert Kreischer, Joe Rogan in an outhouse. Man, I miss my 20s.
You guys like badass shit? This is Bert Kreischer with a flashlight that's going to be discontinued in a year because Congress is too much of a pussy to let us melt steel with flashlights.
Joe Rogan's brainwave beanie. Joe Rogan's brainwave beanie blocker. I'm dead. Anyway.
What are we at?
We leave? We gotta leave. But I gotta show you one thing on the Easter note. I'm not even gonna read you the article, okay?
Okay.
But the People magazines, I'm just gonna show you the picture. If you're not on Patreon, here's your good reason of the week. Bakery responds to messages of concern after horrifying lamb-shaped Easter cake went viral.
Oh my God. That is the look of a lamb before it's sacrificed. Look at the look in its face.
That's it. Why does it have a bloody mouth, or what's going on here?
Oh no.
I do want to know about what kind of, is this like a basement bakery, or is this like a fucking Cinnabon?
The thing about it is, when you see expectation versus reality, bakery fails.
What's the show?
Is it Cake?
No, the one for real people that are really bad bakers, and that's the whole concept.
British Bake Off?
No, it was a show. It was on Netflix for a couple seasons, and then COVID happened. I can't think.
Is that the one that Lizzo hosted?
No, Nicole Byer hosted it so
Oh.
close. Did you mean Nicole Byer?
Yeah, I think I did.
Who's racist now?
Hey, listen.
Who can't tell the difference between Childish Gambino and Donald Glover now?
Listen, I just did her a favor because I got stories from working at comedy clubs about her too, and they're not good ones. She
they
is
involve
not
bananas?
a nice person, okay?
Oh, you're talking about Nicole Byer.
Nicole
not
Byer,
Lizzo.
she is not a nice person, okay? I'll call a spade a spade.
Do hers also involve bananas, her stories?
No, I don't.
You don't have any banana Nicole
No,
Byer stories, I
no.
see. Well, can't win them all.
My Lizzo joke, I think, stands for Nicole Byer. That's about Lizzo's only banana experience. About her only fruits and vegetables experience.
Hey, Lizzo out here on this Ozempic now.
I know.
Lizzo Ozempic.
Lizzo Ozempic.
All right, we have to leave. I hope you guys find yourself with a lamb-shaped cake that looks a lot better.
Lizro?
Liz, I like it.
Because Roe?
Yeah, I get it. Serena Roe Williams. Serena Roe Williams.
The Roe bro?
Who's the other guy? Charles Roe Barkley. Charles
Oh,
Barkley.
yeah, he's doing it now?
Yeah.
We need to get Guy Fieri in those commercials. Hey guys, it's Guy Fieri. You want to step into Flavortown guilt-free? Head on over to Mongiorno. Use promo code Flavortown12 for 12% off.
God, he's going to open a booth on Carnival next to his fucking burger place for Ozempic shots.
Let's get back to... Honestly, I think... I'm not joking. I think within a year's time, cable boxes shut off. We go just full streaming. Like, you want to watch TV, you just got to stream. And commercials literally just become podcast reads of the people in the TV show. I think I think it will actually work.
I mean, if they could be their characters and be fun about it, like I'm thinking about Schitt's Creek, if all of my ads were in David and Alexis, yeah, I'd probably buy them.
Honestly, the funny thing is with all the AI ads, if they actually hire, they got
Oh my God, ew, David, do you like badass shit?
I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit, When you, do you smell a funk? Try Listerine strips so you can be a little bit Alexis today.
You know, the lice episode, it's like a lice comb.
Mm-hmm.
Try Alexis's lice, and it has like Ted's stamp of approval in the corner.
Yeah, what other weird ads do we get?
A lot.
Some weird ass
Let's
ads.
start tracking them.
Let's start tracking them.
The car accident once it finally ended, although now that I've said this.
It's going to happen again.
Yeah. All right. Happy Easter. We'll be back tomorrow with Epstein.
Epstein.
He touched me.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Show me on the doll where Epstein touched you. A child just rips the doll in half and throws it in a fiery dumpster. And goes, it was Les Wexner, and marches it. Anyway, if you want to hear more of that kind of humor, come back tomorrow for a half a free episode and a half a Patreon episode. Come back Thursday
for a full of paid.
You get it. And tell us any of your fun celebrity sightings. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Swing on over to our Patreon. You don't have to pay for it to comment on things on most of the posts, right? You can still comment on a lot of it.
Yeah.
We're going to post the ugly lamb tomorrow because...
You want to make them wait?
Well, when the episode...
You don't want to horrify them on Easter.
We got to go to church.
We do got to go to church.
Trying to be
lamb is so
God-fearing.
Yes, let's go fear God.
Anyway, that lamb, what I was going to say is that lamb looks like the fail. But it either looks like a really good job at making a scary cake or a really scary job at making a really good cake. Even if it's a really bad decoration, the three-dimensionality of that cake is impressive.
If that's a cake that was like someone giving it their all, that cake's possessed. Like, I don't know how it could. You're right. I don't know how it can be that good and that bad. Like,
you're right.
No, something's off with this cake.
Maybe the cake was very moist and the frosting was very heavy, and in trying to...
And its teeth... its teeth look like the Hills Have Eyes people.
It looks like a Wallace and Gromit character.
Those teeth look like the teeth of someone who fucks her sister.
It looks like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, the old British cartoon man.
Wow. That lamb has Amy Lou Wood's mouth.
Yes, it does.
And I like her, okay?
Anyway... Thanks for listening. Happy Easter. Enjoy your festivities and
bye.
Find all your eggs.